Hey, happy
Who
Monday.
says we're live? Sorry.
I love that today's Monday and I don't have to be miserable. There was a huge risk where I was going to be miserable for 3 days in a row, 3 nights in a row if they lost yesterday, and they didn't.
You know who else loves it? Me. Because I don't have to listen to it.
Yeah.
I don't have to listen to it.
You
It's a
know the
great day.
misery's a little fun.
Sam, how did
No.
the heart monitor do in the fourth quarter?
Heart monitor was pretty tame, and I had taken it off by the time Caleb Martin. I had like the description of what he did in my head, and I lost it. But he swept the leg basically on Jayson Tatum.
Undercut.
Yeah.
Undercut. Yeah, but like there was some like fancy way I was going to say it. I don't remember what it was. But yes, I'm sure it would have spiked, but there was no time for it to spike because he popped right up.
He did. I think he made it a point too, just to like pump the crowd up, let everyone know like this ain't worth it. I was about to swear. I caught myself. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. We can watch a replay with Bobby as well if we want to talk about it, but we can start with the actual game. Celtics just killed the Heat, like just absolutely dominated from the tip, wire to wire victory. I would argue it was the most dominant victory of the first round of the playoffs so far, even on a night where there was Mavs winning by 20 and Pacers getting blown out as well. The Celtics just came out, punched him in the mouth like Sam was begging them to do, and they never let up. They, to Sam's point, they bent, but they never broke, and they did what they did all season long, Bobby, and they just wire to wire win, did what they needed to do, and excuse me, and I believe it was the defense that led them there. Obviously, there was some shot making, there was some stuff, but that was the one thing that never turned off, at least through the first 3 quarters, was them just shutting the Heat down. 21, 24, and 14-point quarters through the first 3. Not going to win many basketball games when the opposing defense is holding to those numbers.
Yeah, the game is connected. So the stops allow you to play with pace and operate before the defense can get set up. And then the way they took a blowtorch to Miami's zone, I don't think Duncan Robinson can be in the game when the Heat want to play zone, because he was a sitting duck on the back line where you just get Tatum on him. That forces a second defender to come over. And then because the Celtics just picked it apart from there with Tatum's facilitating, I mean, there were a bunch of dimes out of double teams from Tatum. Jaylen Brown had one as well. So to me, I mean, if Miami plays man defense, they're cooked. And the zone defense doesn't look like it's going to do anything here.
They made mincemeat of that zone defense. I was shook for 4 possessions in the first quarter when Miami threw it on, because despite the Celtics getting good shots, they were going extremely fast. There was one possession where the Celtics missed like 5 threes in a row. And I was just like, maybe pass more than one time after the offensive rebound. Maybe calm down just a little bit. But no, Sam Hauser comes in the game after missing 2 straight, makes 4 straight threes, and puts that zone right back where it came from, back to bed. And the Celtics take control of the game, never really look back. There was the blip there in the fourth quarter, but I mean, what are you going to do, I guess? Sometimes you're going to get bored up 34 points. But I was very happy with what they did with the zone. Derek White, the very first play of the zone, caught a short roll and immediately found the open man. Got to the free throw line immediately. W. Like, thank goodness. And we talked about this, Jack. Zingis. Watch out. Give him the ball at the free throw line. You got nothing going on. They tried to put Tyler Hero on him at the beginning of the game in switches. He just turned around and threw the ball in. The best part of the broadcast yesterday was they were doing a nice breakdown of like Porzingis, how impactful he is, how he stretches the floor. And it was just like, here's a clip of him shooting a 3 with, I think it was DeLon Wright trying to guard him. And DeLon Wright is up to the 8 on his jersey.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't actually laugh at me, but I was talking about this yesterday, and you like laughed at me. You're because I was like, all they did all season, like Hero guarded Porzingis for a minute and 50 seconds. He shot 5 of 8, and Sam goes only 5 of 8, like doing what Sam does. But that's exactly what happened. Like I wrote about it for Celtics blog. All the Celtics have done all season long is play switch, mismatch, cross match, whatever you want to call it. Get a bad defender on Porzingis, and then, sorry, you lose the game. And that's what happened against the Miami Heat. There was nobody on that team that could stand up to them. And as far as defense, Jared Weiss was on it. Drew Holiday just completely dominated Tyler Hero. He had no chance of making any sort of impact in that game. Bam Adebayo had a pretty efficient night, but he was settling for turnaround, contested post-ups and fadeaway middies over Porzingis' outstretched hands. So credit to him for making some of them. And same thing for Amiakis. He made a lot of contested shots in the paint, and he had a pretty efficient night. But if those are the shots Miami's going to have to live on, Celtics should feel real good about their standing in this series. The defense was just completely locked down. I mean, the Heat were held to, was it 94 points by the end of the night?
Yeah, 94.
And the crazy part is that was like an average scoring night for the first round of the playoffs. Like no one scored
It
in
really
the first round of
was.
playoffs, except for the Celtics and the Timberwolves, I think. Were they the only ones to crack 110, or did the Bucks get there yesterday too?
Bucks were at like 109. Mickey Mouse game from the Bucks. We'll get into it.
But yeah, shout out to Celtics. Shout out Tatum. We can talk about that, dude. Tatum did a phenomenal job of just reading the defense. He talked about it after the game, not getting bored, making the right pass. A lot of people still mad with the like number of threes, which is like insane to me considering they shot 44% on 53s. I hope this is sarcasm, Perkin. I really hope this is sarcasm.
I was not super happy we looked rusty. Did you guys get that feeling too?
The
Yeah,
triple
when they
question
went up
mark
34
suggests
points, I
sarcasm.
almost threw my remote through the TV.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is insane. This is insane behavior.
And then Sam, you brought up Sam Hauser. I thought that's another key that we saw throughout this regular season where with Tatum, it's making the right play over and over again, no matter if it's quote unquote boring or what it calls for from him, if he gets the scoring spotlight. With Sam Hauser, he comes in, he misses his first two shots. He gets attacked at the other end of the floor, and both Jaime Jaquez and Kevin Love score on him. But he doesn't buckle. He went through a 1 for 18 game against the Kings that they referenced afterwards at the podium. And so you know that you can trust these guys under pressure, not to let shooting undermine them or lose sight of the fact that, hey, we impact the game in more ways than that. So Hauser comes down in the second quarter and he buries 4 threes in about 3 minutes, and he helps them push the lead back up to double digits. And it stayed there for literally the rest of the game. So for almost 36 minutes, and he had a huge hand in that. So it just goes to show beyond the top 6, the importance of, in particular, Hauser and Pritchard and their ability to impact the game without buckling if shots aren't falling.
Yeah, I mean, both those guys rocked yesterday. Hauser, like we've talked about, turned the game on its head, or broke it open is probably the better term, just by doing what he's supposed to do, which is make threes and eventually not getting cooked on defense. It was very rough. I know, Jack, you were none too pleased with our very own John Smyers, who was like,
I saw
Hauser
that
bad.
tweet, by the way.
But like Bobby did lay it out, missed 2 threes, gets cooked on back-to-back possessions. But then he got it together. He did get it together. It's John's birthday?
No. He said, I'm going to be 30 by the time we're getting through this series.
Okay.
And John, I just want to hand you your technical foul in person. You got to calm down, my man. Come on, dude. Yeah, have a little more game sense. I know we're idiots on this podcast, but we've said enough times on this show, being good is more than just making or missing shots. You have to trust like the process of the action, the process of the defense, the process of the offense for you to just be like, kick these guys out of the game. They missed 2 shots. Come on. Come on. Be a little bit better.
Playing good defense at first either. I still
That's not what John was saying. That's not what John was talking about. That's not John was talking about. No, but that's not what John was saying. Bobby saw the tweet. He was saying Hauser can't make a shot, get him out of the game.
Okay.
And I also don't think he was as horrendous on defense as you're making it out. He got cooked on too, but like I also thought he stood him up fairly well.
I mean, he eventually locked in, but I mean, Bobby referenced it too. He got attacked in the post twice in a row.
Yeah, so you're just gonna pull him from the game? That's not how you do it either.
The alarm goes off a little bit. It's like, are they gonna target him every single time?
No,
I don't think so.
you have
gotta
to
trust
trust
your
these guys and empower them.
your
And
guy.
if you were to get into their heads, it would be because you pulled them with a quick leash when it didn't go well.
I mean,
You gotta trust your guy. You gotta trust your guy.
I
He played
didn't
good
think
defense
they
all
should have
season.
pulled him right away, but I was watching and I was like, doesn't look great. But then he turned it up.
You gotta trust. Well, yeah, because you gotta trust your guy. Like that's the whole point. You can't like 2 possessions. Like
I wanted
misses
to be
2
clear, I'm
shots
not
and
on
took someone
team
defense.
pull him right away. But I was just like, not the best start.
It's also jumping into a playoff game. So you got to give them time to acclimate as well.
Yeah. Yeah, defense was awesome. I just think it's funny. We go up 14-0, then he comes in. They're up 17-2. You can also afford to give him like a little bit of time to get his breath and get into the game. Come on. But we didn't talk about Tatum yet. Tatum was the best player on the floor in this game by a mile. He didn't have a good shooting night. He couldn't hit his threes. He took a couple step backs, but everything within the Celtics offense ran through Tatum because the Heat had to send multiple defenders at him every single time. Like I just said, JB did have a couple of them, the head scratcher shots as well, but Tatum was incredible. Like watching this game, watching him work, you could like clearly see, okay, yeah, that's the best player on the floor. And the fact that he was willing to take a step back in the scoring department, to take a step back in terms of his direct aggressiveness and just accept, all right, I'll just make the extra pass. Like he had 10 assists. He had at least like 6 hockey assists where he just made the right pass and it led to a wide open shot. So Tatum was awesome in this game and he deserves a ton of credit.
Look, the one team that we saw that said we're going to double Tatum, including out of the Porzingis pick and rolls, and then take away the most likely read was the Denver Nuggets. And that led to some turnovers, and it had Tatum thinking a little bit longer and more hesitant on what he was going to do as the second defender arrived. Miami just said, here it is. It's a wide open read. And, you know, I loved the dime across the court to Sam Hauser, but most of the time, these were, as Tatum said, don't get bored making the right play, the simple play. Just don't get bored with it. So, I mean, Miami, they have to do something differently in game 2 when they double Tatum because they can't go away from that either and expect to stop him. But if you just hand him, okay, here is a very easy read to make, he's going to do so every time. And he's going to be passing to really good players who you expect to score.
Yeah, the making the right decision thing is my favorite thing ever in basketball because it's the most important thing. I think that is what separates like a lot of these guys that are everyone wants to tell you that they're really, really great towards the top of the league guys. Maybe like I'm really, really inclined to say Luka here, but I won't say Luka, but the Luka type or like a Trae Young type where a lot of it's my career ball, but Tatum's just letting the game come to him. A day like yesterday, he just gets the ball to his teammates. The decisions he made actively impacted the way that game went when it got close, and it got the rest of the guys going. I know there was a quote yesterday about Sam Hauser just kind of having everything trickle down after that to the rest of the guys. The way that they're able to get everybody on the team going is so impressive. If you look at the box score, Derek White, 20 points, Tatum, 20-something points, Kristaps around 20 points. Like they had a bunch of guys between 15 to 20. That's not an accident. That's by design. That's the way this team really should be able to play in the playoffs because they are put together with all the talent in the world. When I complained all season, like, hey, you have 5 all-star level guys, use them in clutch time. We didn't really get clutch time yesterday, thank goodness. But they used everybody. There was no shortage of, okay, Derek White, like you're open, go ahead, fire. Everybody believes in you. Even though he didn't even get off to the greatest start, if I was to remember right. They just
scoring wise, it
trust
took him until the second
everybody.
half.
And it's awesome. So good on Tatum for leading by example, making the right play, because that goes a long way. If everybody follows suit that way, it's going to be a very difficult team to beat in the playoffs.
Not really, Perkin. Like I guess if you want to really nitpick it, like,
you want me to get mad?
No, I don't at all. But
the only thing I'm like annoyed with is like maybe don't let DeLon Wright see all the threes go in for free. Like they were wide open shots. That's the type of thing I'm just like, oh, like what if it carries over to game 2? Uh-oh. But besides that, like getting it down to 14 points sucked. I didn't love it, but it wasn't like ever, oh, wait, they actually might lose this. Like even when it was 14, there was like 3.5 minutes left. It was like, I don't know if
also,
lose this.
I need to ask a genuine question here. Like this is beyond the Sam level of like funny, miserable. Birkin, John, do you guys have any like positive bone in your body? Like, do you have any like happiness? Like, is there any joy, anything? John, you've sent 7 messages in the chat and they're all the Celtics stink. Like, how is that the takeaway after this game? I don't get it. Like, I'll truly, and this isn't me like trying to like get mad at you guys. I don't care. You live your life. You be a fan however you want to be a fan. I'm just genuinely like in awe at how like people can take in basketball games that way. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, when people are bad, I say it, Sam. You hear me. I'm on here yelling. I'm on here saying they're bad.
You
But,
wrote a
like,
whole manifesto about Jaylen Brown being terrible.
And because he was for like 2 months at the start of last season, he was awful. And then he figured out, like, I just don't get it. Like, how is that like the way it can? But Birkin, like, they won by 20 points, man. Like, let me ask you, Birkin, when you come home from work, do you kick your feet up, or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you?
That is a bad example.
That wasn't
no, but my
they're
point
at
is,
work,
like,
brother.
My point is, so Birkin, Birkin, when you're working, Sam, when you're working, you never chill. You never just like lay back.
Never.
Don't lie.
What are you talking about?
Don't lie in the podcast.
Nobody
exactly.
dialed in at all times.
Exactly. Like, it happens, right? All right. Felger Bass. Sure, I get it. That past mistakes.
Nah.
Okay. Pass. Whatever.
I mean, I get like being anxious and critical. Like, I mean, I wore a heart monitor throughout the game yesterday for a reason. Like, I get very anxious all week. I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I trust them. But if nothing else, they started 14-0. Like, you should be like, okay, they are taking this seriously. And ideally, you don't want to see them take their foot off the gas in the fourth quarter, I guess. But they recovered. They clapped back. That's what they've been doing all season. And they didn't even let it get close, really.
Yeah.
And they kept it with double-digit lead.
Yeah,
exactly.
Joe made the point after the game. Like,
yes, Jack's going to say what
when you – hopefully I say the same thing. Joe was like, you lead – like, you give up 21, 24, 14-point quarters. Like, math says, like, they're going to go on a run. Like, they're not going to just shoot – like, they're an NBA team. They're not going to shoot like crap the whole game. And he goes, it was 70-30 stuff we can control. 70% was us, our own effort, our own problems. 30% was they hit their open shots. Like, they hit the shots. Like, they
there
were
was a
shots all
point in the game. In the fourth quarter, Miami was 13-14. Dog.
Exactly. There has to be a balance of the Celtics are letting go of the rope and the Heat are just making shots, right? Like 13-14 isn't all, the Celtics stink, because like there is some, like, people shoot 50% on open jumpers too, but like the 50% was just the Heat making them that time around. So it's just, there's a balance to it all. The Heat were like almost, I don't want to say due, because you can control your defense, and Joe admitted to that. He's like, yeah, 70% was us, not the effort, but like there's an element to, like, they're an NBA team. They're gonna hit shots. Like, it's gonna happen sometimes.
Close my eyes and
if
saw
anything,
Dean Wade.
I said this to Sam. If DeLon Wright's 5 of 5 in the fourth quarter of Game 1 was the miracle shooting performance the Heat get for the series, and it happened when the Celtics were up 30, that's probably a good thing. That's probably a good time for it to happen.
Yeah, and the other side of it is when the Celtics weren't turning the ball over in the fourth quarter, they were typically getting good shots. So they definitely let their foot off the gas, and they admitted that. You could see it. It was clear. But at the same time, I mean, Drew Holiday misses a layup, for example. So the other thing that Mazzulla mentioned was managing runs, and how a key indicator of how well you're doing on that front, what's the quality of shot that you're consistently creating. And the Celtics did well on that front. They had the back-to-back threes from White and Horford. I mean, a lot of it was also that they were missing looks they were happy about generating. So that was a huge part of it. Now, I will say this, in the third quarter, when they really just broke the game wide open, and all of a sudden it's 91-59 going into the fourth, there's a lot of examples of Miami getting open threes and not just scrub shooters. You know, Caleb Martin, I guess you can call him one, but we all saw what happened last year.
You want to talk about broken jumpers.
Two clean, right? He gets two clean looks on one possession. He misses them both. There were a couple examples of guys that are more reliable for Miami than others getting open looks and just missing threes in that third quarter. So you wonder about shooting variance, and maybe there's some stuff to tighten up for the Celtics, but overall, they are the much better team. They treated this game appropriately for nearly 48 minutes, and they handled them at both ends of the floor.
I mean, you're right. They miss easy looks in the fourth quarter too. Like, Tatum smoked a layup at the rim, and it was like a moment where I was like, oh my God, he went inside. Yes, he took control. He read the room and was like, you know what we don't need? A sick three. I'm going to try and force the issue, get to the paint, and put this one to bed. And made the right decision, just kind of got stuffed between the rim and the backboard. And, I mean, what are you going to do? I guess it's going to happen every once in a while. But overall, I kind of see what John said. Like, they did give up wide open threes, and the defense fell asleep a little bit. But
definitely.
Like, you didn't see any of that when the game was close.
That's my thing. That's my thing. John is absolutely right. And they fell asleep. They were standing around in the like fourth quarter. Emmanuel, shut up. Respectfully,
Respect.
come on, man.
I
Like
can
you
get
didn't
behind
see
that.
in the fourth quarter, they absolutely stood around. They absolutely let go of the rope on defense. But like when the game mattered, it wasn't close, and they looked like the best defense in the league by a mile. And for what it's worth, the Timberwolves played really good defense against the Suns too. But like the Celtics just completely shut down the Heat. They knew what they had to do, and I'm not saying it was a good thing, but at the very least, the Celtics are treating the fourth quarter like a good thing. Like Kristaps said it after the game. He said, I think we have to take that moment when they started to make that comeback and use it as the driving force for us going forward. Like they can make shots. They can throw some punches back too, and they're dangerous too. So we cannot take it for granted. We're going to okay, we're just gonna be able to walk past them. So it's maintaining a healthy edge for us going forward. And even Joe said it. Joe said the balance of everything, of like our overall approach, is the ability to do it better, right? The adjustment is do it better, do it with more physicality. Like they are not looking at this and saying, oh, we beat them, we're just gonna do it again. They're looking at this and saying, we messed up in the fourth quarter. If anything, like Celtics of years past will look at a game, look at a blowout and say, oh, that's fine. We'll just we'll lollygag through the rest of the series. The fact that they let up this run, they're like, oh, okay, never mind. There's a little run. Like we do have to lock in and play it more. I think it's kind of on Joe, says John. Guys, you guys are ill. You're ill. You're sick.
Is it on
Seek
Joe that they
help.
won by 20 points?
Seek help, please, guys. Come on.
This is actually crazy. The day after a blowout playoff game one.
Sam knows when I'm getting angry. I'm getting angry. Emmanuel, respectfully, you didn't watch the game. You did not watch the game. You
profile picture checks out.
You didn't watch the game.
This is what happens after February.
I'm getting angry. Sam, you talk. I'm getting mad.
There's a draft this week for you to get upset about.
Yeah, I mean, look, I will say this, that last year they would come to the podium and say the right thing, and then it was just deja vu a lot. So you would have liked to have seen them run through the tape. And then you don't have a situation where at the end of the game, Caleb Martin is under, I was going to say body checking, but whatever, he's going underneath Jayson Tatum there, right? You avoid a situation like that. Your guys are on the bench watching O'Shea Brissett drill threes at the end of the game. But at the same time, maybe this does become something where they get back to what it's been the whole regular season. It was about running their own race. We don't care who the opponent is. We're showing up. We're doing our thing. It's not about the opposition. So look, I want them to continue to drill in winning habits, because against another opponent who can put up more of a fight than even Miami can, as much as they're Freddie Krueger or Jason Voorhees, take your pick, as much as Miami's capable of that, you don't want to run into an opponent where you just went through a first round of waxing a team and then dialing it down in the final frame. So just continue to build on winning habits.
Sam, I need to ask you a genuine favor. I need to ask you a genuine favor as a friend. I need you to not troll and please explain to him why he's wrong as somebody who
I was literally about to do that.
Thank you. I love you.
I'm not going to talk about the threes because I do have like an inkling of agreement, but nothing that crazy. But the turnovers, he had 10 assists to 3 turnovers. That I'm pretty sure 3-1 is a good assist to turnover ratio. Am I wrong?
He was the best player on the floor by a lot.
I get if you want to be like, maybe he shot too many threes, especially with how well he was doing inside the arc. But one, it was a game that didn't call for him to have to dial in and and like have to go headstrong to the rim every time. If you want to like talk about Tatum positively yesterday, he's making the middies again. He's catching the ball in the half circle, not moving, and making jumpers over guys. If there was ever a series for that to be something I need to see from him, in him nailing everything he needed to do in game one, this is it. Miami threw a zone out there. He made decisions to break the zone, and he made shots to break the zone. I am the king of getting mad at Tatum. I hold Tatum to an extremely high standard, probably unfairly. But this is just not the day. The team won by 20. They were up by 34. The lead didn't get within double digits in the second half. I do not trust Jayson Tatum when times are crucial. He never makes the right play and just chucks some kind of fadeaway bomb that has no chance. If you're talking about clutch time, maybe. maybe that's what the design is from the team, which isn't necessarily his fault. But they literally won yesterday by 1 billion.
Respectfully, and I gave John Smyers a bunch of crap at the start of this. If he is defending my take, I don't know what else to say. Sam saw me. I was getting so mad, but I've calmed down.
Well, I don't even care about like the triple double. It's just like he made good decisions. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it, man. It is what it is. I think Jaylen did respond well, by the way. Jaylen like started the game red hot, missed 2 free throws, then looked really bad for like 3 minutes, and then he completely turned it around again. So it was a weird stretch from him. The threes weren't good for Tatum. He was taking some step backs. He was very clearly trying to find a rhythm, but at the same time, to Sam's credit, or to Sam's point, I should say, at the end of the game, like, Emmanuel, I'm gonna ban you. Stop. At the end of the game, when it started to get close again, Tatum drove to the rim. When he was taking those step backs, they were up by a lot. So I think he was just trying to find his rhythm because he knew he had a little bit of breathing room to try to do so. But at the same time, like, 1 of 8's not good. But he made up for it by being literally awesome in every other facet of the game, including defense. Like he was locking up Jaime Jaquez. He was locking up the driving lanes. I don't understand. Emmanuel, there are plenty of bad Tatum games throughout the season. There were plenty. Sam talked about it. This is just not the day. It's just not the day. It doesn't.
There weren't even bad read the room moments from Tatum yesterday. Like I said, like game was getting close. He's like, all right, time to go to the basket. Smoked it. Not great. If he smoked a layup in a clutch game, I'd lose my mind. But at least the decision was there. He wasn't like, this game is still out of reach. Watch this 3. No. He went to the basket. There were a few times yesterday where he had mismatches that he didn't drive on them and shot threes. But aside from that, I really just don't think it's the day for hating on Tatum.
Yeah, that was really...
I'll be here for it. When it happens, I'll be here. And I'll tell you, I'll be like, everybody come on here. We're going to hate on him. But not today.
That was the only one. There was times where he'd get Jovic in particular on him, and he's settling for the 3 off the bounce rather than attacking him and getting downhill to make something happen. But again, he was the best player on the floor, and there was really no one else in his stratosphere. Like it just wasn't close. He was dominant. Jack brought it. He was really good defensively too, which is not a surprise against this Heat opponent. I mean, he can lock down anyone that he's going to draw. He can catch his breath and kind of pace himself through the game by you put him on someone like a Kevin Love, for example. So, I mean, to me, Tatum was easily the first star of the game.
100%. Yeah. Tatum was the best player on the floor and it wasn't close. I'm not hating on Tatum.
Go ahead.
No.
Whatever.
Sorry. Do you guys think the hand is messing up? I have nothing else to say. There's nothing else. Like,
I mean,
I'm not hating on
50% from the field and turned the ball over once.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't make the best decisions throughout the game, but he wasn't like,
I don't think it was an injury
technically.
You know what we did see
unsound.
though from him is a good example of his growth handling the double teams. In the first quarter on the play where he uses the escape dribble, skips it out to Tatum, and Tatum comes down for layup. So by the way, JT attacking aggressively right there. That's a nice example of how teams are also going to try Jaylen and send a second defender his way. But he, like Tatum, has gotten really comfortable at beating that as a facilitator.
Yeah, there was a little stretch there. Not to talk out of turn. Sorry, Sam. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I'm good. I'm still thinking about the Tatum stuff.
I'm trying really hard.
I want to see Jack go off. Let's get ranting Jack.
You can go off, Jack.
There's nothing I can say that you guys haven't said. I'm just gonna say it angrier and peak my mic. So I'm trying to say calm. I hate getting
peak your mic.
I hate getting angry too. Sam knows this. Like I just leave the room when I get too angry.
I love when Jack gets bad though. But it's more fun when I'm the one poking him.
Yeah, it's just nonsensical. Like it's just you. I'm like, respectfully, you didn't watch the game, so stop talking. Like this is all I need to know about your analysis of basketball. But I just get mean, and I don't want to be mean. I don't like being mean. So I don't like.
Thinking is just like, okay, yes, criticize him when he's not good, but like you're getting mad at Tatum because the game wasn't close enough to prove to you that he's going to play well in a close game.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as the Jaylen thing, I didn't see it. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you guys can tell me something I didn't see. I didn't see Jaylen as hesitant. I saw him as, if anything, too eager. Like after those first couple buckets and after the missed free throws, he was just like too antsy to get stuff going, and that's what caused the issue. So I don't think it was an injury thing. I think it was just him trying to speed up and, in a weird way, almost make up for the missed free throws that he missed early on, because it was immediately after that that he started playing like crap. And for what it's worth, Jaylen Brown practices free throws for hours at practice. Okay, no, I'm done. I'm emotionally attached to Tatum. Are you a fucking idiot? I'll edit it out. You're a moron. Bro, he had a 23-point triple-double with 3 turnovers. He had 7 million hockey assists in the game. You didn't fucking watch. I'm hearing nothing but fluffy and 10 assists. You're a fucking idiot. I'm banning you.
It's very rare for somebody. It's very rare for anybody to get Jack to act like that, except for me. Congratulations.
Man wins an award. I was going to call it an Emmy, but I don't know what first the floor of that crew, they named the awards. Man wins an award, and he's out here just going off on people. Big time.
Yep. He said it is. Clip it. Jack, when you edit these, do you cut it out, or do you just bleep it?
I just like cut out the swear and like turn the sound all the way down. You know, I had a good rant when somebody I haven't even seen comment, but just like watches passively is commenting because I yelled. I'm sorry. I just couldn't anymore. The thing
go get some ice cream to make sure your throat doesn't get inflamed.
The thing that got me was you're emotionally attached, like trying to make it like I'm biased in some sort of way. No,
you knew the safety was coming off with that comment. That was basically the equivalent in Game of Thrones of when they say Dracarys.
I'm not crazy, right?
It's not even noon yet.
They just filleted him.
If you just ruined trivia.
No,
how the hell is he going to think of a question now?
Now that is true. We might not have a question.
I already have the question. We're fine.
Oh, elite. Huge W.
Oh, man. Everyone liked the stream. Even you, Emmanuel, even though you can't tell us that.
If anyone, Emmanuel owes it a like.
Yeah.
I got you, John. That makes sense. I do think there was a period where Jaylen Brown was off for sure.
Jack, heart monitor for streams now. I'll take it for the games.
Let's see. Yeah, it's pumping. It's going.
You guys think if I did a cardiac Celtics article for Celtics blog, it'd be worth writing, being like, I wore a heart monitor. Here's what I found.
Yes. I think that'd be hilarious. Please do. Emmanuel just disliked the stream. Good.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I don't care. I don't think you can.
He's got a big week with the draft.
He's on that May train.
Yeah. We can talk about the Caleb Martin incident quick before we get to trivia. I know I wrote about it from multiple angles for SI.com. Shout out SI. It looked like he was pushed by Drew Holiday a little, Bobby. I don't know if you saw that angle. We watched it on the stream last night. He got pushed a little. So like there's an argument there where maybe he couldn't stop his momentum, but there was also like, really, he had to go that far into it. Like it almost felt like he got pushed and was like, oh, I can just keep falling here, and kept falling. I hate painting guys like they are a dirty player, because I truly don't believe there are many players in the league or that have been in the league that would truly try to like rap. Well, no, but I just don't believe that's why I said few. Like he could be an exception. But I don't think there are that many players in the league.
Sabonis just had his chest underneath his foot, dude.
No. Stop.
I know it's not what you're saying, but I actually love the chest stomp is my favorite play ever.
Today's not the day. I'm already riding on the heater. I don't think there are that many players in the league who would truly try to like hurt somebody to that extreme, and I don't think Caleb Martin is one of them. But it is hard to like look at that and say completely it was a complete like accident. But Bobby, curious to know your thoughts on the incident. Everyone made light of it after the game. Everyone was like, whatever. Joe was like, I love it. Your thoughts.
So what I kept, what I kept looking for, his voice didn't come out just now.
That's all right.
Jack laugh has me laughing now. But what I kept looking at was eye contact. Is Caleb Martin looking at Tatum before or during his charge, especially before? And it's not really the case. He's kind of just locked in on trying to get to the ball. And that doesn't mean that he was at no point aware of Tatum, but I kind of think it was more a reckless play than a dirty one.
All right.
I see that.
So everybody pointing at like Drew Holiday pushed him. One, I kind of don't know how hard he pushed. I mean, if you want to pull it up, you can pull it up. Like
I'll
Drew
pull it up.
Holiday has his right foot towards Martin and pushes with his right arm. You're not generating a ton of force like that. You're just not. So that's the first thing. 2, this is not professional wrestling where the guy pushes you. You have to run into the ropes. Like, you can stop yourself. You can fall to the ground. You can do a billion things that aren't jump into his back. Like, there is no looking at the ball.
He
I
got
Let's see.
he got pushed. Like, this angle makes it look like, okay, yeah, he got pushed.
There is some acceleration.
I think it just took him off the course that he was initially trying to go in, and he like he's still running for the rebound. He probably, I can't tell. I don't think he's looking at Tatum at all in this play,
He's
so I don't
not.
think he know he jumped.
That was the big thing that I was checking.
Okay.
Speed up, yeah, because he got I think it's because he got pushed there. You see it, right?
No,
like,
that's what I mean.
He's also getting ready to accelerate and leave the floor. Like, of course he's going to speed up.
He's getting ready to just
hit
Tatum with a drop kick.
This angle makes it look like Martin's faulty more. Like, I don't think he intentionally tried to hurt Tatum, especially from that angle.
That's okay narrative.
I'll say this though, I like that Jaylen Brown got in his face afterwards, because you need to have a backbone and stand up for yourselves and your teammates, and it's something that the Celtics have been accused of not doing, including against this team last year when Grant got in Jimmy Butler's face. So I like that Jaylen Brown immediately went after him, and you saw Tatum come back down the court to dap him up. So I did like that.
To dap up Jaylen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler dapped up Tatum?
No. So
Tatum.
Yesterday, Tatum he walked
sorry.
towards the free throw line, and then he came back down the floor to dap up Jaylen.
I actually got word that Jimmy Butler, despite not being there, texted Caleb Martin like a gif of a dap to be like, good job.
You're an idiot. No, I don't think Caleb Martin intentionally tried to hurt him.
We did get robbed that Sam already had the heart monitor off, though.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
The thing about the heart monitor is you can't like have it on at all times because I don't want to destroy the battery.
You got to get one to that goes on your wrist. Like, you got to get a wristband.
You got to get a Fitbit, Apple Watch.
Yeah, something like that will can track it. You need to get something that will track it and like send it to your computer so you can see live stats on your computer and then stream it.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe if I do a playback with Jake, I'll try and do something.
Yeah,
like
that's the play. That'd be amazing.
But yeah, I mean, I'm happy he popped right back up. When he popped up, I thought he was going to fight him. I was like, oh, he's about to hit him. But he did not. He just stormed down the other end of the court. Big respect.
That's a huge win for Miami if he hits him.
Yeah, exactly. I think Rui was like, Tatum should have hit him. And I was like, no, because then he would get suspended.
Cook him on the court.
I think the Bam screen was worse.
I agree. I think the Bam screen was more dirty. Yeah, I can find that too. I think that was.
If you want to talk about like certain players that kind of do this every once in a while and they have a little bit of a track record, look no further. Nobody loves an illegal screen like Bam does.
Mm-hmm. Let me pull that up. Let's see. I think this was worse because I think looking at the Caleb one again, I don't think he meant to like cut Tatum down. Bam Adebayo meant to set an illegal screen. He meant to set like an egregious screen. Here we go. Here it is. Let me pull it up real quick. I will say Bam is really good at hiding his illegal screens. He's very good at not getting caught. His feet are moving. You can see his feet moving. Like, what are we even doing? Come on. Yeah, you can't. This is bad. He's just shouldering him in the chest. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Bad. That's so bad.
With the two-handed clench, it's almost like a wrestling move at that point.
Yeah, just boom. Man, I really would love to see some whistles for Bam. Maybe one a game, just to keep him honest. I think he's getting a little bit too big for his britches.
I mean, it's not limited to Miami, but this comes with the territory when you play the Heat. So even there's going to be in the moment, you might not be expecting it. Like, I don't think Derek White saw that coming, obviously, but you do know in general that they're going to do stuff like that. It comes with the territory against them.
What is the difference between the screen and the college game? UConn, at UConn, the person didn't almost die.
I
the
hated
screen.
that call in the UConn game.
Yeah.
It was a very egregious illegal screen, but
It was, but
come
let the
on.
players decide the outcome. That really felt like calling holding in a big situation in a football game.
It's a tough
Speaking
one.
of Adam Silver,
This is the one
hey,
thing.
hey, Adam, all the teams that wore white at home won this weekend,
Really?
and all the ones that wore it on the road lost. Just so you know, Celtics
It's great
take
for your
note.
agenda.
Sam was on it before the game.
I
should
was
write
on. I've been on it all season.
Bobby, he's been on it for far too long.
I know,
Please,
for years.
I don't need to hear it more.
I'm going to win someday. It's going to come back. People are going to really start to get nostalgic. They're going to be like, don't we think the NBA was better when everybody wore the home jerseys at home and the away jerseys away? And people are going to be like, yeah, that was cool. And then it'll come back.
How
run
nervous
for
are you
office.
that they wear like the black and green on Wednesday?
I guarantee they're going to screw around on Wednesday. They're too big. They won by like $1 billion. They're like, we don't need to try.
You want me?
And
you don't like to know till the day, right?
Don't
You
spoil
want
it because I like to tweet it the
okay.
day of.
That's fine. Yeah.
Those of you that use Twitter, be on the lookout every game day. I'll be complaining at some point.
The thing with the BAM screen to me is like Derek White's the last guy to ever complain. So if he's complaining, like, come on, like, you missed something. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if Derek White is complaining about a call, you probably messed up the call. Like, he's not going to complain when he actually got fouled or nothing happened. He just got beat. But I don't know. Trivia time. Are we good, Bobby? Anything else you want to cover?
I was literally just thinking that.
Amazing.
I just
Sam,
want to talk about it because this is the same way it went on the show today. Rebounding was excellent.
It was.
Yes. At both ends of the floor.
Very good.
It is fantastic.
It's a prime example of winning on the margins.
Correct.
They had 11-5 in second chance points, and they had 10 offensive rebounds to Miami's 5.
It was huge. The rebounding was awesome. And it was the guards, too. Like, it wasn't the big guys who were crashing the glass. It was the guards who were, like, on it. So credit to them.
I mean, if you're the less talented team and you're losing in that particular area, you're probably not going to win. Also, shout out to Rui for the Red Panda comment. Absolutely.
Shout out to Rui.
Now,
also,
speaking of Red Panda, I don't know if you were about to say this. Jam Packard, ironically, hates on Red Panda on Twitter.
But that's probably just trolling Jay.
He's trolling. But he goes, hey, Red Panda definitely uses magnets. And then Jared Weiss tweeted the clip out of Red Panda, like not related at all. Kind of looks like she uses magnets. Like, it's not even like about like when she flips them up onto her head, but like when she's balancing them on her leg, she's like shifting around. And those bowls do not move.
Those bowls cost money, Sam. You can't be breaking them every night.
Yeah, because they got magnets in them.
You can't be smashing bowls and having to buy new ones every other day.
I'm going to be the first to say it, out on Red Panda.
There's literally a campaign to get her into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
No, she should be. She's
She's awesome.
She is a phenomenal.
Whoa.
Trying to say magnet. Jesus.
Yes. She is a phenomenal entertainer.
Yikes. Sam's getting canceled here. Jesus, I'm
going to get canceled. I want to at least earn it. I don't want it to be a mistake.
Also, I just looked to my left, and this is my view right now. Hold on, look at this. Look at these two morons. Look at them just all over my bed.
I hate them too.
Legends.
What? No, look at them.
I hate Duke. I'm out on Duke.
Look at it.
Duke ruined my Wednesday 2 weeks ago.
Come on.
All right.
Oh, look at it. Shout out to the fan of the show. I will say.
Speaking of my little slip there, shout out to
No. Tech. Ant was awesome yesterday, though. Ant rocked.
Ant was electric.
Fun to watch. He was sick.
And for him, at whatever he is, 22, whatever, to say Kevin Durant's my idol and then be going right at him, just jawing and hitting threes in his face.
That rocked.
That's
Katie
awesome.
loved it.
That rocked.
That's why I love Katie. He just loves hoops.
Strictly about
the
game.
Let's get into trivia here. So we're gonna do DeLon Wright trivia. My question.
Are you actually?
Wait. Not really, but kind of. My question to you guys: I need to like explain the filters that I put into StatHead for this.
Okay.
So DeLon Wright is not allowed, obviously, because I just told you that that's the point of the question.
All right.
I'm going to be averaging out the percentages together for this question because I need you to tell me the highest percentage shot from 3 in the playoffs against the Celtics. Minimum 5 attempts.
Yikes.
This is the ultimate. This guy sucks. Why is this guy getting hot? This is annoying game. Minimum 5 threes attempted in the playoffs against the Celtics. Highest percentage. So I'm going to give you guys a second to think. Let me type this out and get the board set up. Sam's up 1-0 in this series.
Okay.
Sam is on
Let's
fire.
see.
I gotta.
He's
turn
won
it
like
back
6 in a
on.
row.
So just to clarify, players who have shot the best from 3 against the Celtics, minimum 5 in the playoffs.
Say that again. Yeah, I think you're right, but I just want to
Best 3-point shooters against the Celtics, minimum 5 shots, playoffs.
Yes, against the Celtics, and I'm
Single
going by
game or
percentage.
overall?
Single game.
Okay.
Single game. Yes, that is what we're rocking with.
And this is since any year or no?
Since 2000. Thank you.
Since 2000.
All right. Put us here. Share screen. That question looks correct to you guys?
Yes.
Okay. Good. It's just, you understand what I'm trying to say. It's just a little awkward to like
Yep.
explain, but we're going by percentages, and I'm not going to, actually, I guess I could just add them together, but I'm going to add them together
I
and
need
divide,
to-
just so we have like a base percentage. Yeah, close the chat.
That's
Trying.
fine.
Against the Celtics
Against
since 2000. Since 2000. And for context, this is since the 99-2000 season. So this includes the 2000 playoffs, I believe.
Okay.
So 2000 playoffs to this current day playoffs. And no DeLon Wright allowed because
No,
obviously.
Okay.
Sam, you do get to go first here, so I'll let you kick it
Go
off.
first.
Sorry, this is random. What do you think some more? Do you think it'd look better if I put the question at the very top of the screen rather than the bottom?
I think it looks okay
Yeah.
where it's at.
I think this works. That might look better. If it's
Just so
above
people
all-
like, I'm thinking of people tuning in on Twitter. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Like above, and then I do like this and
I'm
then
trying
I'll
to
just do
think, man.
that.
What ridiculous
That
games
looks
have
good.
I seen? They should
I
know.
want to do like, I want to put like what up here? I just want people to know we're playing trivia.
This is already hard. Now I haven't even guessed yet.
Yeah, that's the point. I gotta test y'all.
I'll guess Caleb Martin. He had to have one
Alrighty.
last year.
I was starting to hope you weren't going to. guess
Yeah,
them.
I was like, well, let's just start off with the one that's probably obvious.
Okay, Caleb Martin. There are a lot of names obviously on this list because it's everybody who shot that many. So just give me a second. Okay. Get to, I'm not doing parentheses for this one. 667. He went, that'd
4
be
of 6?
sick. Yes, 4 of 6. Last year's playoffs, obviously, as you might have guessed. 3, 4, 5, and then we'll do. All right, that there. Okay.
Damn, there's really a lot.
Why is this autocorrecting? What is this? You see this? What?
That's wild.
What are we doing?
That's
Why don't you
reckless
just put
behavior.
66.7?
What are we doing?
He rounds up.
But why?
It's just how it works, I guess.
But that's not how that should work.
We just leave it for now because we have it up with the Caleb Martin next to his name.
Yeah. We'll leave it. I'll just add it at the end, I guess. What the hell? Okay. I can now. You're right, Rui. Good call. Thank you.
Chris Middleton.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Right. 714.
Oh man,
He shot
tough.
5 of 7.
Steph Curry.
Curry. Let's see.
Takes a lot.
6, 6, 7.
At least I'm consistent.
Still right there. And I don't have to do math, so thanks. Alrighty. Anybody want to help out Avi in the chat? Anybody get a number? Bobby, you want to give yours, or should we give one of ours? Sorry, my bad.
I'm so confused.
That's an insane thing to type in the chat. I'm sorry. That's crazy. What are we doing? Man. Michael, that's actually a really good guess. I know he's on the list somewhere. Sorry. Okay. Bobby, what you got?
Well, I have one I want to guess. I don't know if he hit the min. He had a great game though, but I don't know if he hit the minimum.
I see.
All right, well, we'll take a chance here.
Mhm.
I will go with Jeff Green.
Alrighty.
Be all right. He scares the hell out of me, Jack.
my bad. All right, hold up. I need to.
Oh no!
I'm sorry. I need to keep looking.
You know, the Brett Favre thing is mostly worked out, but this time it did not.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start calling it something else.
Jeff Green.
I didn't say it beforehand.
You did not.
Why am I not remembering when he played the Celtics?
That game
2018 is the game
the Cavaliers.
he's referencing.
I see.
Boy, this is gonna be like... He had a great game that night.
He did. He did. 1 second. One sec. I need to do some individual searching here. Hold, please.
He might not have hit the minimum.
That is what I am assuming, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look. Respectfully, I need to look just in case, like, because I need to give you some answer here.
No, it's fair.
This is horrible.
He hit the minimum, Bobby, but you're not gonna like the result. It's better than 0. I'll tell you that. But it is, in fact, 2-2-2.
Oh no.
2 of 9 from 3 that game, but he made all of his 2s, which led to a good game.
I'm gonna guess James Harden
right now, but that's what we're feeling.
You heard. James Harden.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you said it. My bad. I was laughing. Sam, you are nothing if not consistent, my friend. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Bobby, you're gonna need a real comeback to be this good.
I thought I missed. To be honest with you, the way you said that, I was like,
no.
Oh boy.
This is awesome.
I'm gonna be disappointed if I even go over it now. I actually just want 5.
Since 2000, Reggie Miller.
That's the guess?
That's the guess.
Alrighty. $500.
Not bad.
This isn't going to give anything away, but Sam, there is a world where it is possible for you to get all. I just want to let you know.
I'd imagine there's a bunch, to be honest. I'm sure there's several guys that shot 4 of 6. I just can't think of all of them.
Shout out Jeff Hornacek. You guys won't get it. All right.
Give me that rat Bogdanovich.
Which one?
The one on the
Pacers.
Hawks.
I just wanted to clarify because you know. Well, Sam, you're not going to be pleased because your perfect game is over.
He didn't hit it,
but it's not. No, he did. He did.
Oh,
it's just not.
terrible.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. Bobby, all you. Unfortunately, the page isn't letting me do math, so I can't exactly give you. Let me see what Sam is at right now.
No, it's average.
Yes, I know, but I'm yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if you just added them all, it really doesn't.
Yeah,
matter.
6. It's if I click away from that, you won't be able to see it anymore. But you get
Yeah.
the picture. You know what it is. I don't get why it's rounding up. It's kind of pissing me off. I can't lie.
Oh, man.
But
Let's go with Rip Hamilton.
alrighty.
The Alrighties have never once been good.
One sec. One sec. Wait. Richard Hamilton.
That's the guy.
Yes.
Alrighty. Sorry. I need to do Jeff Green search. I'm sorry. One sec.
All right, and the live stream's over. Good chatting with everyone.
Bobby, unfortunately, he never once shot 5+3s in a game against the Celtics. So it's got to go in as a 0.
Ball's back.
All right, Sam.
I'm gonna guess Michael Petrus.
Might as well.
Michael, respect.
I hope it's a 0.
Did he? Well, I have a feeling.
He played against him with Orlando.
Oh,
At least
did he?
once. Yeah,
He did.
Let's see. Well, he might not have taken 5 threes though.
he might not have.
He did take 5 threes.
Missed them all.
Did he miss them all?
I have no idea. Probably not.
I didn't think you spelled his name.
Yeah, I did. I got it.
There's a C.
Yeah. Now you know my life. Having to spell
it's McHale.
Not bad. Not
429. Bobby, I don't know.
I mean, Jack, this game has been over since Jeff Green. I'll go with LeBron.
Okay.
Which is who I was going to go with instead of Hamilton. And then I unfortunately switched it up. Not that it mattered in the outcome.
Would have helped you out a little bit there.
Wow.
It's
a good guess.
Yeah, the end score. Let me tally the end scores just so we know. Sorry. 1 plus 0.149 equals what? Sam got 0.600 on the dot. 1.74 plus 0.5. Bobby 0.43. So actually, if this one was up there, like, yeah,
it
wasn't that far over.
Jack, can you check Ben Gordon?
Yep.
I tried to consider someone from that
5-4-5.
Yeah,
5-4-5. Anthony. The reason I did it, DeLon Wright is the only player since 2000 to shoot 100% on at least 5 attempts against the Celtics from 3.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah. Which guesses of mine was on the list? Oh God, I gotta look, Michael. I gotta look.
Is Bojan Bogdanovic there from that Pacers series?
Oh, Hedo Turkoglu. Yeah, Bogdan and Bojan had the exact same percentage, 5-7-1. That's why I was laughing.
So it really didn't matter.
Hedo Turkoglu was on the list somewhere for you, Michael. That's what I was referencing. Yeah, he shot 80%, 5 of 7, or excuse me, 4 of 5. 4 or 5 from 3. Name y'all probably could have / should have gotten D'Anthony Melton last year, 5 of 6 from 3 in the playoffs in the Philly series.
What a heater!
So that would have gotten you 83.
His name wasn't coming up.
The only 2 5 of 6s there were since 2000 were him and Steven Jackson in Indiana series in 2005. He had a 5 of 6 game. I'll share this tab. Obviously, a lot of names on here. The most recent, Patty Mills did it in the Brooklyn series last year. Otto Porter in the finals, Sam. That should have scarred you, 4 or 5.
I did consider him. I didn't know if he met the minimum.
Duncan Robinson, right there for the taking from that bubble land last year, was right there.
The minimum made it tough because you get afraid of the role players a little bit.
OG Anunoby, right there. KD, Brooklyn series. Drew Holiday, ironically enough, in Philly, 2012. So, a lot of names. Marco Bellinelli. I don't know. if Marco Bellinelli would have met it. Ashton. I can look for you real quick, though. Let me take a look before we wrap up here. How do you spell Bellinelli?
Is it
Got
two
it.
L's and then one?
It's one L then an I. I just couldn't figure it out. Okay, Marco Bellinelli would have gotten a...
Shout out to Jamal Tinsley and Rodney Rogers.
Yeah, right. Marco Bellinelli would have gotten 28.6. He shot poorly the only game he attempted more than 5 threes, unfortunately. But y'all want to do
Joe
Daily
Harris,
Dozen?
Kyle Korver.
And wrap up?
Yeah,
Go
there was some
for it,
shooters
yeah.
just didn't think of.
I like being able to participate a little bit, come on. I like being able to play.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Let's rock.
Chat back on.
Chat back on, please. Daily Dozen time, everybody. Okay, NFL. After getting drafted 6th overall out of Notre Dame in 2018, this Indianapolis Colts lineman has made 6 straight Pro Bowls.
I got nothing.
Bobby?
6 overall, Notre Dame 2000.
Is it- Quentin Nelson?
Yes, precisely.
Did I spell his name wrong?
It's
Quentin Nelson. Here
yeah,
it
there we
is.
go.
Nice. LeBron James and Cavaliers eliminated this ECF in the first round of the NBA playoffs in 3 straight seasons from 06 to 08.
Wizards.
Alrighty. Wizards.
Beast.
This European country defeated the Russian national team to win the gold medal in the men's hockey at the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics.
Got nothing.
Ooh. Should we phone a friend? Should I call Danny?
Yeah, who's got the hockey info?
Norway?
Chat, let us know. I can call.
be
Should
one
I
of
actually
those.
phone a friend? Nah,
With
he's
the,
working. I can't
the
call him.
Blondies.
Might have been
You mean
Norway.
Sweden? Is that who you're trying to think of?
Maybe Sweden.
No. Could be
It's not a
Finland
guess.
or
I'm just trying to
Norway.
think of who Sam's thinking of.
Maybe Finland. Anybody in the chat know? Chad, help us out.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah, good call. We'll come back.
Everybody's got guesses when we don't need them in actual trip.
What's the
Come around
U.S.
here.
capital of New Jersey? Trenton. I know my capitals.
There you go.
Celebrity mashup. Name the two.
It's Fallon
In Vin
Vin
Diesel, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Easy
Yeah.
work.
Loaded potato skins, whiskey glazed big ribs, truffle tachos, and brownie obsession are items at this sit down chain. What?
My knee jerk is Friday. TGI
That's what
Friday.
it feels like.
Ooh, that's a great answer.
Truffle tachos. Seems like a clue.
Yeah.
Potato skins used to be a staple. Michael says Finland.
That's great.
For Olympics.
Let's go with
Finland?
Finland.
Hell yeah, Michael.
There we go.
Let's go. Kat Dennings and Beth Bears played the odd couple roommates who work day by day as diner waitresses.
Oh, Two Broke Girls.
That's what
yes. Them on TikTok all the time. Movies. Grossing over 500 mil. Bradley Cooper played Navy SEALs. Oh,
American Sniper. Yeah.
yeah. Good call. All right, music. With lead vocalist Amy Lee, this gothic rock band had 10 hit songs in 2000s. My Immortal, Bring Me to Life, Call Me When You're Sober.
Birkin. Which team beat Canada? Canada?
No, it was which team beat Russia. Don't call up
Russia.
when you don't know the information.
We said
Come
Europe.
Evanescence. Oh, come on.
JMK, this will be clutch.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That
Bring
was
it
fun.
up. Under 3 minutes.
Hilly had it
That's
too.
huge. Sub 3.
Or nasty.
That's huge. Good job, chat. Good job, chat. Here we go. Here we go. Big dub. Chat was with it. Let's go. All right. Sub 3. We'll have to beat our own time now. Sub 3 minutes.
That
All
is
right.
the new standard.
So it feels to run for what it's worth.
Nope. Bobby, any final thoughts before you get out of here?
Yeah, we hit on it all, and Jack's rant was legendary.
I hate being mad. Thank you
Poor
all for
Jack.
tuning in. We'll be live not tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow night with Salt to the Roundtable. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll let Sam wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening or watching. If you're with us live, we do appreciate that very much. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. How about them Celtics? If you hit the notification bell, you won't miss any of these streams. We're also coming at you with content every morning. We've got pods Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, game recaps the morning after, and videos in between. You can also find us on Spotify and Apple. If you follow us there, you'll find the full pods and game recaps audio only right in your feed. Definitely leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that. Make sure you give Bobby a follow at Bobby Kravitsky on Twitter. You can find him putting in the work for Inside the Celtics, part of SI Media. He's on the beat. Great coverage for you. Give him a follow. You can find our email, hbtcpod@gmail.com. If you want to reach out to us before we record at some point today, definitely do that. Send your thoughts on yesterday's Game 1 win, Game 2 coming up, or maybe the other games, or Ratless, whatever. You can find our socials at How About Them C's, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Our Facebook is our name of the podcast, How About Them Celtics. Our streams are there on YouTube and on Twitter. Jack's Twitter is at Jack Simone NBA. Bobby's is at Bobby Kravitsky. Mine is at Sam LaFrance NBA. It's it for us. Bye.